Well, welcome to the 5D Academy of Higher Consciousness. I'm Zarathustra. We're broadcasting from Tulum, Mexico. The topic of our uh, our topic this week is why there is so much fear, or we have fear, or fear. Some people have the fear of meeting themselves, and of course, this is a very good topic. I'm very glad that one of our participants brought it up. Um, it's something a lot of people, I think, in so many different levels are dealing with it, whether it's conscious or unconscious, which mostly it's unconscious. And, uh, and we're going to delve into this. Uh, we're also going to do some healing for uh, all beings on the planet, and doing some prayer and holding a lot of people that are in uh, process of having health issues, or they're suffering, or it's emotional issues, or whatever, financial or stability issues. And we're going to be doing some healing and sending some love and energy and light to all the beings on the planet. So let's begin with our main topic. Our main topic basically is that you can. This is something that I have observed with myself, and I became aware of it. That there are times and moments in life that I've noticed I was uncomfortable by being by myself or being alone. So, and as I dove deeper into this process, I noticed that I'm not the only one who was or is experiencing this. Is This is like a worldwide thing that is happening with a lot of people across the planet. And normally, basically nowadays, we can see that this is a behavior that uh, it's sort of like an epidemic, and it's kind of like, as the technology is advancing and as we have access to all these devices with the social media, and it's very easy these days to distract ourselves. And you can see, like, if you're walking through a restaurant row, let's say it's summertime and everybody's out there sitting uh, on side cafes or at the restaurants, and I've noticed that suddenly I'm doing people watching. Suddenly, I come across a table of six people, and it's a couple with their children, and everybody's looking at their phones, which this wasn't the case 20 years ago, 25 years ago, or whatever. And you wouldn't see a family going to dinner and nobody's talking to each other and everybody's engaged with their phones. So, and it's very strange because as if there's no connectivity, um, and things have changed. So, and also the issue of having ADHD and not being able to focus or have your attention in the moment is another problem that is spreading all over the world, and it's getting worse as we go forward. But back to the original part of what we started this conversation, is that it goes back into being alone. When you are alone by yourself and you're forced to deal with your own emotions, your fears, your anxiety, your nervousness, or the sense of loneliness, whatever is going on, they're going to arise, they're going to pop. And quite often, most people, they try to distract themselves. And there are some people do it with food, sugar, or alcohol, or maybe drugs, um, watching television, or just being on our phones and being on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, or whatever it is, or watching streaming videos on YouTube, whatever the story is, the what the basic and area of it is escaping yourself. Like, this thing is like, let me be anywhere but here. Anywhere is better than here. Any time is better than now. I'll do anything. I hate being here. I hate now. I want another time. I want another place. Um, one moment, please. Pen. So this, we can sort of observe, because what happens is basically when you're alone by yourself and there's no distraction, if you pay attention, then you are forced to feel. You're forced to have to be, you're confronted with your feelings, and especially if they're unwanted or uncomfortable feelings, emotions that are arising. And a lot of people, they have strong fear from confronting themselves and being face to face with their own fears or desires or shortcomings, whatever is really happening inside them. So it takes a certain kind of awareness, certain kind of level that you have to arrive to recognize this. And we typically have a tendency to blame the outer world and other people for our shortcomings, or not even maybe shortcoming, maybe it's not even the right word, for this unwanted emotions and these feelings that they arise within us and they trigger us. So what we do is, uh, instead of paying attention and looking inside, we're blaming it on other people. And I know I had done this for years and years, that, okay, this place sucks. I don't like living in blah, blah, blah in Los Angeles. You know, if I live in Tulum, everything is fine. Or these people, they're unconscious. And if I live in a spiritual community, um, things are better. But ultimately, what I've learned is when I hit these uncomfortable places within myself, is the I need to look at myself first instead of blaming other people or other places. And it doesn't matter what happens, is rather than going to the victim mode and I'm a victim of circumstances, I need to look within myself. Like, what is it I need to learn? What is it that the universe is communicating with me? What is it that keeps repeating over and over again and I'm not getting it? Not that I'm manifesting bad things happening to me. No, it's just, what is it like life is trying to tell me that I'm not paying attention to? So it keeps repeating itself. And what is it that when I'm alone by myself, uh, and if I don't distract myself with things, whatever that is, whether I'm reading a book or I'm watching um, a, some some streaming on my laptop, uh, what happens? These emotions arrive. So let's kind of paddle back. Let's go back. Number one is you at the end of the night, you always, it doesn't matter. Let's say you're in a marriage situation, you have children, uh, or you live in a big family with a lot of siblings. Whatever is your situation, you got five dogs around you, cats, da 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 da. Let's say you don't have other human beings with you, but you have animals with you. Whatever it is at the end of the day, you have to go to sleep by yourself. You take yourself at the very end, you go to sleep by yourself. It doesn't matter. Your sweetheart is there and you're hugging each other, and you got a bunch of kids and cats and dogs and rabbits, everything in the house or the ranch. At the end of the day, you take yourself to sleep at the end. And in the morning, when you wake up again alone. And then you realize there's somebody next to you. And also, when it comes to the time, first of all, the time you were born by yourself. You came to this world alone. Even if it's a twin, they're not coming to this world simultaneously. One comes and then the other one comes. And also, when you die, you have to walk through this gateway alone by yourself. And if, which I'm very much sure you have paid attention, most of the time we're in this dialogue with ourselves. Sometimes maybe there's different voices, but you're always in this thing. You're talking to yourself. Should I do this? Shouldn't I? Oh, why did I do that? I'm so silly for doing that. You know, there is a dialogue going on inside. So at the end of the day, if and we have not advanced and come as a race to a place that we can tap into the one mind. We're not there yet. One mind, I'm talking about that, to come to an advanced place that you can have telepathic communication, and you can read through other people, and there is no secrets. Everything is out there and open, and you feel other people's feelings, and they know where you're at, and they just see that you're just another reflection of themselves. So there is no secrets, and we haven't come to that place. So we're still in this place that we're isolated, and your feelings are your own feelings, and your thoughts are your own thoughts. So that's where basically we are. And this part that freaks us out from being alone, and moments that you have to deal with your fears. You have to deal with your unwanted emotions. It, no matter how much you're trying to escape and get yourself busy with so many different things, so you don't have to be alone by yourself. There is no escape. There is no way out. it doesn't matter what you do. Existence will corner you at one point, and you, whether you like it or you don't like it, no matter how much you have tried to fill up your time continuously with different lovers or different friends, or being very busy, work, or you have to take care of your household, or you got horses to feed and dogs and cats and you know other animals to take care of. There are times in your life that you're forced to face yourself, and this is where I think, I don't know if it was Gurdjieff who wrote this book or it was his one of his best students. I forgot his name. There's a book called The Unbearable um, The Unbearable Lightness of Being, of the Being. The Unbearable Lightness of the Being. I can't hear you.
It's Milan Kundera, in German, die unerträgliche Leichtigkeit des Seins, Jack Guy.
Right. Okay. So, the unbearable lightness of being. So, let's pay attention to the title of this book. What does the title tells you? The unbearable lightness of being. Means that when you're alone and you have to face yourself and be by yourself, suddenly you are at the presence of Her Majesty, the Supreme Being, which your own self, but you have to be with your own being. And this event is very, very frightening for a lot of people. It's terrifying to be alone with your own self and not distracting yourself with different things. And I know it from my own personal experience, because it gets weird. You're at home or somewhere, and it gets weird, and oh, it's like, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. I need to run out. I need to go somewhere. I'm not talking about the fact that because there's a difference. There's sometimes, like, I've seen it with myself. I'm working from home because I can control the environment. It's not noisy, it's not cold, it's not hot, and I'm working, and then it gets to a point like, okay, I need to get out of here. It's enough of being inside. So you need to go out, and you need to go and connect, or get a cup of coffee, or being around people, or go for a walk, or a drive, yeah, or whatever it is, run or beach, and come back. That's a different thing than the moment alone. You're alone by yourself, and there's no distractions. You cannot distract yourself with anything, and then suddenly these emotions arise, and you can't handle it. You cannot deal with them. So I for a long time I was just tracing it back and just seeing, like, what happened? Why this why does it get so weird? Why does it get like this, that I can't be alone by myself? Which in a way, if you can get over this hump for some reason, which existence had forced me in many, a big portion of my life forced me to deal with it and look at it, no matter how much I try to um, uh, distract myself and not look at it. Is just being forced to be in this situation, whether uh, whatever is the scenario. Each person has a different story, and I don't need to get into that. But it's like, why did I start feeling so weird? Does it sound familiar to any of you? I don't know. It's just like being alone by yourself, and there's a weirdness into it. So, one thing I discovered, um, somebody rose their hand. I don't know. Oh, okay. So, um, one thing I discovered is very interesting. It in the human level. I'm not talking about in the from the point of view of fifth dimensional consciousness or Advaita Vedanta. But I'm talking right now. We're purely talking about being a human being and and being under being in this thing that there's an appearance that I have my own free will. There's an appearance I'm separated from the world and I can choose. And these are my emotions and this is my status and I need to deal with it, and why my life is like this and it's not like that. In that level, I'm purely being in the world, in the apparent world, in the 3D world. So what happens? How do we get to this point? And it all goes back to our first imprint. When you're born, when the baby is born, the mother and father, they can the baby's connection to the outside world, whether it's the baby's cold, the baby's hungry, the baby is afraid, the baby's uncomfortable, the baby poo-pooed and it needs to be changed, their only connection to the outside world is, typically through their parents. If there's a father and there's a mother, uh, that's their only connection. And typically, I mean, I'm talking about up to now, but this is just like a metaphor. One of the parents would right now the world has changed, and you just see parents that dad is taking care of the child and mom goes to work. But typically up to now in the history, it's been like the woman stays home taking care of the baby and the man goes out there and taking care of bringing bread to the table. And let's just stick to that scenario if you don't mind. It's not, I'm not taking women's rights away, or I'm just saying there's no equality. I'm just using this as a metaphor, that's all. So the man goes out there working and the woman is taking care of the kids. And so, but the mommy cannot hold this baby against her breast 24 hours a day. So there are times that she has to put the child on her bed and go take a shower or go to the restroom or go out there and check the mail or do whatever, she answers a phone call or whatever the story is. So what happens is the baby unconsciously is relating all its affairs to these two people who are taking care. This is a helpless situation. It's a baby that absolutely is helpless. It can't do anything on her or his own. So all of his needs or her needs are dependent to these two people. And And maybe, sometimes you put the baby in the bed and the baby wakes up in the middle of the night, the parents are sleeping, and there's nobody there taking care of the child. So there's a lot of moments that no one's attending to the child right away. They're not there all the time. So what happens is, these are the two people that you love the most, and these are the two people that you are connected and you're dependent the most. And there's going to be moments that you're left out. And what happens is, it's going to put an imprint on your psyche of being abandoned. Right in the beginning, as you were born, and you're growing up from a day to 2 to 3 to 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, this imprint is in deep in your psyche, that the two people that you love the most and the most dependent to, they leave you and they're not there. So this, depending on how you were in the early years, the first few years of your life, what sort of family you were born into and how attentive they've been with you outside of your genetics. That's a different story, that you were born with, and your original soul makeup, and the journey you have to go to, and the karma you have to have, and things you have to experience. But I'm purely talking about psychologically as a human being right now, is that your main and first imprint is that you've been left out. So automatically, because, okay, dad is out there working 8 hours a day, or whomever is the parent. Mostly, it's the dad, because the first 6 months or 1 year, the mom is breastfeeding. So we're just talking about typically, what's it's been happening up to now on the planet. Now, of course, things are changing, but we're not talking about that. So so the man is out there, is working to make a living and taking care of his family, and the mom is there, and now we're not living, we don't the tribal life ended, we're not living with the tribe. So you don't have the grandmother, you don't have your brothers, sisters, you don't have the whole village taking care of the kids. So it's just a single mom with one or two kids, and she has to take care of them, and she has to take care of the household and cooking and everything else, and cleaning them, and changing diapers and all this stuff. So she can't just hold the baby next to her breast all the time. There's going to be times that she's going to have to put the babies in his or his crib, and then go do something. And then the baby is uncomfortable, is cold or hungry, or is afraid, or it's dark, wake up in the middle of the night, whatever is the scenario, is going to have this abandonment, that is left out by the people that he or she loves the most or dependent to the most. And that, depending on the severity of it, is going to dictate for the rest of our lives how we're handling moments of being alone by yourself. Or you can see it in your relationships, like, like the guy you're dating, he leaves you, or the girl you're dating, she leaves you, and you can see, like, when you're left out or someone breaks up with you, how you react to it. And there's a lot of people, they you've seen that there are people, like, they get into a relationship, but they always leave the relationship when things get really serious, because they have this fear of being left out, so they want to leave first. before they get left out. And it's kind of like this feeling like you're the last kid in school, like you're in elementary school, all the kids came and got picked up, or all the ones that they were going to be driven home by school bus, they left, and somehow, your dad or your mom is late and you're the last kid. Have you ever experienced that, being the last kid in school and nobody's there to pick you up? And so you feel you're left out, or all of your friends went to this party or that festival or something, and somehow you got left out. Or the fear of your children are going to leave you. Your kids, they're getting, they're teenagers. Yeah, they're depending on you up to like 18 years old, 19 years old. Now they want to open their own wings, and they want to live, especially around that age, that first you're 15, 16, 17 years old. You don't want your parents hug you and kiss you, definitely not in front of your schoolmates. I mean, at older age, you don't care. You love hugging and kissing your parents. But at that age, it's like, because you are coming to your own identity, and you're establishing your own identity as an independent entity. And you don't want to be treated like a kid anymore, hugged and kissed, especially in front of your friends or girlfriend. So, and then you're getting older and you don't want to have anything to do with your parents. You're 21, 22, you're going to college, you want to run away from them as much as you can. So now your parents are going through anxiety, or a single mom who's got a child, or a dad. Now the role is diverse. The mom or the dad is going through all these anxieties of losing their child, and they have to deal with this issues of being abandoned, being left out. So a big part of what we're talking about, these unwanted emotions, uh, that you brought up, Andreas, in the beginning, and also the topic you brought up, Monica, it goes back to our very first imprint. Or what about people who talk a lot? What about the friends that you have that they're constantly talking? They're constantly wanting your attention. They're constantly um, looking for a way for someone to pay attention to them. And they blah, 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 talking about this. I mean, there's not a moment of silence, because they get super uncomfortable if there's nothing to say. And then, you meet people, that it's not very much, but, the more mature people or more advanced people, they can hang out with you in silence and not say anything, and they're comfortable. They don't need to fill up the space with blah, blah, blah all the time. And they're just going to talk when there is something quality to say. The rest of the time, they're comfortable just by being. I lived in Sedona, Arizona. I would go on all these hikes, and I had different friends, and I loved them. But, a couple of them were just talking, and, I was just going crazy. It's like, shut up. Listen to the birds. Listen, we're in this amazing, hike, and with this amazing scenery, and, talking about U.S., policies or world. I don't care right now. I'm just with God right now. I'm just in the middle of this incredible nature. I'm just in bliss. I don't give a shit. Like, what Obama said, or what Clinton said, or what da, 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 da doing, or what Putin is doing. It's like I'm in the presence of Lord God. I'm just dissolved. Why we need to talk about these things? But they don't understand because they can't be alone by themselves. Because if you're alone by yourself and you're not distracted, then you have to feel. You have to feel not only your unwanted emotions, but the presence of the being. And the presence of the being is majestic. And you will see it if you pay attention. And I'm pretty much sure you've already noticed that. You already know this. Maybe I'm putting it in this way, and it's more like you can identify it with it. Uh, Check it out. Go to a coffee shop, go to a restaurant, different places you go, and if you're still and you're in your silence, and you're either people around you are melting and they're gravitated, or they get very nervous being around you because you're emanating this silence, this presence. And it can really comfort some people, and it can really scare the hell out of others because they can't handle silence. They can't handle the truth because you're mirroring the truth of who they are, and they can't handle it. Um, Andres, do you want to add on something? Maybe, I mean, maybe I missed something. Can you help me with? Did I answer your question, or I went around it, or just
you said so much more about it as I imagined, and it was very. It was a lot. It filled me up, and is still the question: why don't we? Why are we afraid about this feeling our existence?
of our own existence?
Yes.
Yeah. Again, back to the unbearable
Yeah. Okay.
lightness of the being. Because again, when you're alone by yourself and you're not distracting yourself with anything, you have to go. How about this? Go in a mirror and just keep staring straight into your own eyes in a mirror. Have you ever done that? It gets a little bit weird. And talk to yourself and say, who are you? Who am I? And just stare in a mirror in your own eyes. Just stay there. And then it's amazing because your face starts changing. Different people come and go. And the atmosphere starts getting heavy. There's a heaviness.
I give it a try.
Yes, go in the bathroom or somewhere by yourself, and alone, away from the noise, and stare into your own eyes, and then see what happens. And see how comfortable you are facing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do it, please.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
So things surface. And again, as I mentioned, you came to this world by yourself, or you're gonna have to walk out of it by yourself, and it doesn't matter what you do. It's it is your journey that you're gonna have to walk this path on your own. You may have trail mates, but ultimately you're gonna have to walk these steps on your own 2 feet. No one's going to be able to carry you. You can't skip the steps. You have to walk the steps of life. Now, if there's a continuation, there's past lives, da 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 da. I don't know about these things, but whatever it is in this life, you're going to have to face stuff. You're going to have to, and different people have different karmas, but you're going to have to go through heartbreak. You're going to have to go through betrayals. You will betray people. You will break other people's hearts. They will break your heart. All kinds of different things that happen in your life. You have to go through those stages. And there's no way out, you know? And it is what it is. Then you're going to have to face it. You have to face yourself at the end of the day.
Yes.
If not, existence, is going to create a situation. Monica, do you have something to say? Monica, Marlon, did I address what you brought up earlier, or I missed something? Please let me know.
No, it was very spot on.
Okay.
I must say that we are alone. That's just the way it is, and that's we've been abandoned. And it's a really good explanation to a lot of it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, if you pay attention, you're gonna see like a lot of your financial decisions, a lot of your relationship decisions. If you trace it back, you're gonna see it's always based on abandonment. Am I gonna be left out? Am I gonna be broke at the end of my age? Am I da 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 da? It's like it always, if you trace it back, it goes to that place, which basically goes back to the root chakra. Money is, losing all your money at old age. That goes back to the root chakra. Your existence is threatened. So all the fears come out is, am I going to be left out? What's going to happen to me? So it's very, very frightening stage in life when you have to face it and go through it. But there's no way out. You got to go through it. I remember I was in Lucknow, India, and I was with the master, Papaji. And I was going through this heartbreak. I fell in love with this girl, this woman, and who wasn't into me, and she left. And also I was going through, I was down to my last maybe $100. And here I am in India and running out of money. And I mean, it's not the first time it happened to me. It happened to me a bunch of times in life. But this one was like fire, like all these emotions, all this stuff. And it was like, it's like just as if somebody picked me up and put me on a barbecue grill, and I'm just like a piece of meat, and I'm just burning, and all the fat is falling down. I'm just like going through this like and I'm going crazy. I'm walking. I went downtown Lucknow, And I'm walking on the streets, and I'm just like, I can't tell you. It's like, I'm literally on a barbecue. I've been there many times on the barbecue, but this one was like one of them that stands out. And I'm walking, and I come across a bookstore, and I look through the window, and there is a book from Eugene Krishnamurti, not J. Krishnamurti, Eugene. And the title of the book says, No Way Out. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, it says, No Way Out. It's like, I have to go through this phase. And of course, existence took care of me and take care of us as it always does. And of course, it's easy to say that when you're here, but it's hell when you're in the middle of it. And somehow magically everything, of course, worked out because I'm here. This is like 30 years ago or more. Anybody else have any question? Katrina, Anna? Yes, Miss. And before you say that, can we go a little bit over? Can we go 10 minutes over today? Because I also want to do some healing. Is that okay with everyone? We started late? Okay. Go ahead. Yes.
I had times in my life, many years ago, young, alone, no man, want sex, and all these other normal worldly things.
Mm-hmm.
And I no money, and I must stay alone with me if I
Right.
want or not.
Right.
No possibility to run away. And I often thought I will get crazy now, or I take a knife and I kill myself. I can't do, I don't want something more.
Mm-hmm.
And then something said, you have a child, you must go through this.
Mm-hmm.
And after this, and I had this a few times in my life, every time I get a very, very, very nice present, after go in my fear to myself,
Mm-hmm.
I get the presence of the present of the higher self.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This was wonderful.
Yes. Yeah.
And this keeps me alive, and this gave me the force to look forward and to go and to learn more and more, to accept the things how they are.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we're some of the lucky ones that we were able to do it, or still doing it. I mean, it's not over yet. It's not over till it's over. There are people who cannot handle the pressure and they commit suicide. And I understand that because it gets too, it's just like you don't have the tools to handle it, or you don't have that faith or inner connected to your inner voice, or that strength to go through it, and you expire yourself. And I get that too. I don't have any judgment about that. That's an option. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but yeah, to me it appears that every time it's like you're going up the mountain of consciousness, and every time you finish one level of the struggle, and everything you have to go through, when you go through a dark tunnel that you can't see the light at the end, and it's like you're so heartbroken, or you're falling apart, and or it's financial or whatever is the situation, uh, you're fleeing out of the country, I don't know, whatever thing you're going through that it's so hardcore and heavy and it's really pounding on you, and or you lost someone you love, and or you lost your child. I mean, one of the worst things can happen to parents is losing their child. I mean, I'm not a parent, I don't have children, but I saw what happened, how my mom went through it. And it's one of the worst things I think can happen to anybody. And but what I've noticed is for myself, again, I can only speak for myself because this is the only experience I've had in this life. And when I go through the dark tunnel and I don't see the light, and if I make it towards the end, when I come out of it, there's always like a big a mesa of grass. It's like existence says, okay, good boy, you finished this level. Okay, come and lie down on the grass and just relax. And here's this juice we're gonna give you, and here we're gonna give you some candy, and maybe somebody's gonna massage your feet, and and they give you a rest before again they grab your ear and take you through another thingy. so so you're gonna go through a period that everything is okay, and and then the master from above says, okay, all right, there's an yeah, the university's not over, and here you're gonna have to go through another test. You completed that, good boy, good girl. Not the next.
The daily initiation.
Yeah. So don't ask me when it's going to be over because I don't know. So, all right. I know it's a little bit, let's just come back to our center for a moment and come back to our hearts, and let's kind of let the world outside alone with all the noise and its challenges and everything is happening. Let's just and let's go inside and even go deeper inside beyond our thinking mind and our emotions and our personal story. Let's just put everything away. And kind of being grateful for having everything you have right now, being grateful for having a healthy body, having a roof over your head, having a car that you can drive, having a comfortable bed you can sleep in, there's food in your refrigerator, your family's alive, they're well, you have friends. Just let's be grateful for everything we have versus getting into this place and I don't have this, I don't have that. And also, from this grateful space that we're in, this pure state of the being, like when we were children and we were so naive and so innocent and so pure, from this place of being love, light, let's send our love and light to all of our friends and family, and then extend that to your society, extending it to all beings of universe. Wishing for love and harmony and peace among all beings of universe. I bless Ra, the fierce suns burning bright. I bless Isis Luna in the night. I bless the air, the Horus hawk. I bless the earth on which I walk. You who are the source of all powers, whose rays illuminate the whole world. Illuminate also my heart, so that it too can do your work. Your work. Your work. Om Namaste, Namaste, Namaste. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let there be peace, let there be peace, let there be peace among all beings of the universe. Aho! Sending our love and light and healing energy to all beings of universe, all beings that are suffering physically, emotionally, psychologically, financially, all beings that are in pain, all beings that they're lonely and they're in need. We're sending them our love and light and wishing them back to well-being and wholeness. And all beings that are in darkness, we hope that they come back towards light, and we're looking forward to seeing them joining us on this journey towards Her Majesty, the Supreme Being, our beloved Lord God. God, God. And at the moment, there is a couple of friends and family of friends of mine that they are suffering from some health issues, and I like to send them the healing energy and the powers and the fifth dimensional angels of love and light, sending them to them to heal them and bringing them back to the wholeness. So we're all children of the God, and hopefully we all can dance together in our journey to self-realization and the oneness. Aho. Also, I like to send a lot of love and light to my brothers, sisters in Iran, going through a lot of stress and pressure, and really hoping that there is no war coming for both sides and no lives being lost, whether you're on this side or that side, hoping that everything resolves itself peacefully, and all my brothers, sisters, they get some sort of relief and they can come back to their own center and come back to their love of themselves and love of God. Yeah, I'm praying for all the servicemen on both sides, from the U.S. servicemen and my Iranian brothers, sisters, sending them all love and light, and hopefully no one comes to harm, and hopefully this situation will resolve and peacefully everybody can go home and no one will lose their lives or their body parts, and no harm comes to anyone. Lord God, please bring all beings of universe into a peaceful standing with each other, wherever they are, whatever they do, please bring them back to the light. Call them back home. Show yourself to them. Remind them of who they are. Remind them of love wins everything at the end. Remind us, please don't abandon us, Lord God, and show up in our lives every day, every moment, as you are the supreme and you are the one. And without you, we're all lost in darkness. We're all lost in the world of the mind and separation. Please bring us back home. Please show yourself back to us and show us the way, show us the light. Slowly, slowly come back. Ooh. Sending you all my love and light. This coming March, I will be returning to Europe, uh, Frankfurt, Germany, Hamar, Norway, and Częstochowa, Poland. And I know I'm going to see some of you beloved, and going to be teaching the 5D quantum healing training program. It's been quite a while since I have been teaching that. And among other courses that we have, the shamanic healing circle and the kundalini activation. I know some of you are going to be coming. Some of you haven't met yet in person. I look forward to seeing you. I'm very excited um, to reuniting with all of you beauties. And those who are watching this webinar online for the first time, my website is zarathustra.tv. And you can also contact us at info@zarathustra.tv. Looking forward, next week, next academy will be back on Thursday. So we're gonna continue on the same schedule. I think we have like 2 or 3 more academy sessions. I looked at our calendar. There is one in March, which I don't think I can do because I will be flying to Frankfurt. So thank you for your presence. I love you.
Thank you very much.
And
You too.
looking forward to seeing you soon. God bless.
Thank you.
Yes, my pleasure. Thank you for showing up. It's always a pleasure to see you and to be with you.
We will be very happy to have you here. It's a pleasure also for us.
God bless you.
God bless you, yes.
Yeah, God bless you too. Yeah. Okay.
Bye to all.
Bye-bye.
And stay all in your inner.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Kommt die Winker wieder.
This one doesn't look like, I don't know if it got recorded or not. I don't know what happened to this one. Doesn't look like it.